Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Reign Over Your Life podcast. I'm Krystal, and today I am sharing with you my steps to have a kick-ass morning routine. Now, I am the self-proclaimed routine queen. I love building routines and rituals into my day because I feel that the more structure I have, the more mental energy that it clears up for me to really put more focus into my dreams, my business, my passion, time with my family, etc. And there are famous people like Steve Jobs, who would wear a black turtleneck every single day. Mark Zuckerberg, who wore a gray hoodie every single day, so that mentally he wasn't putting any energy into even thinking about what he was wearing. Now, I don't know about you, but I am not that kind of girl to wear the same thing every day. I like to mix and match my wardrobe and even play with my hair. We're doing darker lipstick and some straight blonde hair today. Thinking about going shorter, by the way. So what I can do to support myself is plan my goals ahead of time and then build them into my schedule, pre-planning my wardrobe, pre-planning my meals that I'm eating, my meal prep days, and pre-planning my schedule the night before of exactly how I'm going to be showing up for my day, what do my work blocks look like, and what specific outcomes am I going to walk away out of that 30-minute window, and what will I have accomplished? So those are just a few super quick tips on how I, at a very high, fast level, like to think about having a kick-ass day. Now, I want to go a little more specific into building a morning routine because how we start our day is what creates momentum for how we're showing up the rest of our day. So that first hour, that first even 10 minutes of our morning is the most critical because it really sets us up to have either a successful day or one where we're really just reacting to everything else that's going on. So here are my hard and fast rules for having a kick-ass day. These are my absolute staples that have absolutely changed my life, and I hope that these tools can help you transform your day into one that is full of momentum, vitality, energy, and full of your dreams actually happening because they're built into your schedule. So number one, I just make sure I get some good sleep, always at 8 hours. And we hear it because it is true. We really do need that sleep for our brain to process information, to recover, and for our body to just get some rest. The first thing I do is I wake up at the time I say I'm going to, and that means I don't snooze. And one thing that I recently did was I went into my phone and I updated the text on my alarms with affirmations, with positive momentum and motivation so that when I'm waking up, my alarm clock literally says, "Wake up, superstar," and get your day started with a bunch of stars and glitter. And then I have an alarm that happens 3 minutes later and says, "Don't snooze on your dreams." And I remember hearing that when you hit snooze, you're proving to yourself you don't follow through with what you say you're doing, and you are snoozing on your dreams. And that really impacted me because I love to sleep. I love to snooze on the weekends, and I allow myself on Saturday and Sunday to have that time to sleep in and let my body rest. Now, again, just backing it up to make sure that I'm getting to bed at an early time to give myself and my body proper rest before an early wake up time. So make it realistic and make sure that it works for you. For me right now, it's 5:30 a.m. because I need about 3 hours, 2.5 hours at least before Andara wakes up for me to get in the goals that I currently have. And another thing I want to say about routines is your routines are going to change. They're going to change based on the goals and the outcomes that you're specifically working towards. So every month and definitely every quarter, I re-up my entire routine and overhaul it. I revisit my goals. And if I have the same goals as I did last quarter, something isn't right. Obviously, I should have surpassed that and been on to something else. So I definitely reassess and look back and make sure I'm giving myself that constructive feedback so that I can continue to grow and evolve. Number 3, I believe we're on number 3, is I don't use my phone for my entire morning routine. My alarm goes off and then I silence it because this is the time when I get to pour into my cup and I get to fill up and focus on me and what makes me feel good. And if I'm getting bombarded with emails and texts and all these things that people need from me, it really throws me off. So this like one rule that I have has transformed my life. And going off of that is I communicate that really firm boundary with people on my team so that they aren't waiting and expecting me to respond. They know that I don't look at my phone until 9 a.m. when I've completed my entire morning routine. And then I sit down fully filled up with a matcha latte, and then I dive into my day. And I feel that it makes me a better leader. It makes me a better teammate. It makes me a better partner and mom when I can make that time for me to show up and focus on filling my cup. That is so important. And as a mom, it's so easy to fall into that mom guilt where we got to take care of everyone else. But I'm telling you what, it's a little tough at first to set that alarm clock early, but I hope that listening to this inspires you to challenge yourself to wake up just 15 minutes earlier, 15 minutes at a time, just slowly work it up to something that is realistic for you. Another hard and fast rule that I have for my morning ritual is I put my most important tasks into my morning routine. I tackle that first head on, and then anything else that I want to accomplish that day, it's a bonus. And one of my favorite things that I love to do is once Andara is down for bed, I come into this office, I sit here at my desk, and I go through and I plan my next day. And when I'm planning, I look at all my kind of tasks and deliverables of little items I need to get done. And my favorite thing is to ask myself, how can I support myself tomorrow right now? How can I help myself get ahead? Like, be your own best cheerleader. And with that, I'll usually muster up about 15 minutes where I just start tackling a couple emails or watching a couple little edits or getting back to people. Things that were going to be on my list tomorrow are now done so that I feel accomplished signing off for the bed, going to bed feeling like I had just such a kick-ass day, and waking up already with momentum, knowing that I'm already a few steps ahead. Last week, I talked all about being in Costa Rica and how I have this incredible 8-day social media detox where I was just totally off of my phone and off the socials and really just creating space to really dream about what's possible. But how do I want to show up in my dreams? What do I need to let go in order to call in what I really want and my biggest heart's desires, right? And we got back and I realized when I was there, I ended up going through and rereading my original Total Body Guide program. Now, this is not for sale anywhere. There's no way you can get it, like your hands on it for now. But I went through and reread the very first program I ever put out. And I talked about just how fitness became this pillar for me, that I got out of this big depression back when I was 26 living in LA. I just moved to LA and I wasn't anywhere reaching the goals that I knew where I was meant to make impact in this world. And I was playing small. And fitness became this pillar for me to teach myself discipline, to teach and build trust that I follow through on my goals. And it made me feel vibrant. It gave me energy. It made me feel alive. It made me feel strong. I worked out my frustrations. I had a safe space to just move the energy in my body and then show up in my dreams. And that's really when I decided to dedicate my career from trying to work as an entertainment host for E! into dedicating my life to empowering other women through using fitness as a tool. And I launched and wrote the original Total Body Guide back in 2018. So while I was in Costa Rica and having my downtime, right, because I'm on this, made the space for my dreams, I read this book that I originally wrote. And I was so inspired by the 2018 version of me, of how she was fresh off The Bachelor and how she was overcoming just so much, but was so committed to just showing up. And I'll be honest, I almost cried like reading that, because I thought, damn, like that girl had all the odds stacked against her, but she just kept driving forward. And I remember that period so vividly because so many people would message me and be like, I didn't like you on The Bachelor, but seeing you on, I've been following you and you're so inspiring. Like how you've transformed is so inspiring. And everyone was just along the journey with me. And I just kept showing up, talking about bone broth, talking about superfood smoothies and my love for Garden of Life, talking about moving your body, HIIT workouts, compound movements, breaking bad habits, building routines. And I just kind of built this community that was ready to go when I launched my original program, Total Body Guide. It woke me up. It inspired me. It reinvigorated me while I was in Costa Rica. And I thought, I need to get back to the roots. I want to get back to her, that past version of me. And I think it's so wonderful when we can look back and really honor those parts and pieces of us and look back with just admiration for who we were, because that woman is the reason why I'm sitting here right now. That woman that you were is the reason why you are exactly in the position you are. So look back, toss her a big high five, and be grateful for the time and the effort and the resources, and honor the struggles that she went through because they made you today. After I read that program, when we got home from Costa Rica, I was like, man, I'm bringing it back to the roots. I'm bringing it back to health as my number one pillar, as my cornerstone for change, as the area for me to dial in my routines, lock it in, and then build everything else. So I did. I came home. We joined a gym the first time since COVID because COVID happened, everything shut down, and then I had a baby, and then I was postpartum, and then a whole bunch of other stuff happened where I wasn't able to be in the gym. But that was going to change. So I joined a gym when we got home and started getting my workouts and juicing, eating clean, meal prepping my food, doing all the things. And then I get sick, and I spent 7 days practically in bed sick. Now I woke up this past Sunday and I was like, all right, I feel about 70%. I can start showing up. I'm ready. I'm ready to be done with my rest, and I'm ready to start going big. So I built out my schedule of how I wanted my day to go this whole week. What was important to me? What were my goals? What areas am I focusing on? For me right now, I'm writing a book. So building time into my schedule to actually write, working on my hot girl summer body. That is a goal of mine. And really, I just have a goal that before I have baby number 2, I really want to be at a very peak condition mentally and physically at my strongest, because knowing that the marathon of pregnancy, I definitely want to be in an amazing space to take that on. So I'm really focusing on my health and fitness goals and rebuilding my core strength, really focusing on just building up my pelvic floor strength, and of course, working on my positive mindset, and then also getting my business up and running so that when that time comes, that pregnancy comes, if I'm a half as sick as I was that first trimester, I want to make sure that my business is supporting me and still running while I can take a step back and focus on being pregnant, focus on that growing baby in my belly. So those are my goals. So that's what I wrote out. And then from there, I kind of looked at where did I have time to focus those goals and build them into my schedule? Well, as a mom, my mornings and my evenings are really my windows before Andara wakes up and after she goes to bed. That is the guaranteed time I have. Now, a lot of people don't like to wake up early, but I'm telling you, at first it can be hard, but if you have important goals, like you just need to make the time. And what does that look like waking up early? The first step is going to bed at a reasonable time. So making sure that rather than watching TV, you're dialing in an evening routine where you're going to bed at a proper time, you're getting your 8 hours, you're taking out blue light so you're not mentally stimulated, and instead your body can produce melatonin so that you can naturally fall into sleep. And if this is interesting, let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM, because I would love to talk more about clock gene therapy and how you can sync your circadian rhythm just based on your routines. Fascinating stuff. Okay. Anyways, so putting my most important goals for the day as the very first items that I tackle. For me, that is writing my book, that is doing my workout, and that is putting a nutritious, delicious superfood green smoothie into my body, along with my other supplements that are focusing on mitochondrial support. I'm doing lymphatic and gallbladder drainage and thyroid support right now to just really get my body fully set for baby number 2 when that time comes. And then I built in batches where I had my work blocks and I had specific outcomes, specific tasks in my business, like filming this episode that I was going to film or that I was going to accomplish in that block. And then lastly, I had strong cutoff windows of when I was done working for the day so that I don't have this constant looming feeling that I should be working. I really should be doing this. I'm keeping my goals realistic. I'm openly communicating that with my team, and I'm setting myself up for success by getting good sleep and waking up at a strong time. Now, I have been thinking about diving into the power of routines even more and doing a more in-depth kind of training around this. So if that is something that is interested to you, let me know. And we also officially have my brand new Glittergram, which is my weekly newsletter where I send you guys exclusive tips like my workout schedule, like what I'm meal prepping for the week. Also, what's going on in Krystal land, what's going on with any past episodes, any current things in my life, any updates, and exclusive discounts and pre-sale access into when my group coaching opens up later this year. So I'm going to link that below in the show notes. Be sure to sign up. It is totally free. And all you're going to get is just an exclusive email from me, a personal message from me, recapping the past week, sharing some motivation for you to start off your week. Anyways, I hope that these routines helped you guys find some clarity around the power of building your own routines. So before we sign off, I have a little homework for you guys. If you enjoyed this week's episode, please send it to a friend who is looking to build routines into their schedule. And a little homework for you would be do some journaling around what are your goals? What kind of outcome do you want to experience? What are your top 2 to 3 goals max? And then how can you build them realistically into your schedule? Is it the early morning? Is it the later evening? Or are you able to work that block somewhere in the middle? Putting that on paper and building it into your schedule is what's going to set you up for success. Now, I hope this was really helpful for you and inspired you to just show up for your day and show up for those dreams and those goals that you have inside you. Now, putting your goals in your calendar, on your schedule, is what makes your dreams happen. So please send this episode to a friend if you found it inspiring, or give it a re-listen. Make sure to hit subscribe and give me a review, you guys. Let me know if you're out there. I so love and appreciate each and all of you. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.